Okay folks, thanks for tuning in. It's been a while since I did a lathe video, so I picked the most wicked piece I could find in the pile. We have here, I believe, is catalpa. This is the outside of the log. I got the corners trimmed to fit on my lathe. This is the inside, and as you can see here, it is way out of balance. But we still have some thickness here, so the piece was too nice to throw in the burn pile, so I get a pass on this one. I'm just going to do as good as I can on it, and we'll see what happens. Hang tight, we'll get you spinning. Alright, if I had one complaint about this lathe, and it's really not the lathe, it's how I ordered it. It's a belt drive. So when I switch speeds, it's such a huge jump. It's either like it's going to be fine, or the lathe is going to vibrate across the floor like it just did. So I'm back down to slow speed, and it's not a complaint of the lathe, it's what I ordered, trying to save a buck. Anyhow, I switched up to my big bad Bertha, and it's much easier cutting, or easier on me cutting. Here we go. Alright, so basically I'm just trying to flatten out the bottom to see where we're at. I'll turn you back on when we get a little closer to actually doing something. Alright, as you can see in here, I got a long ways to go. I'll save you about an hour and turn you back on. Finally, I'm able to get it up on the higher speed. Yay! Another speed, long ways to go, much easier on the arms though. Got it up to about 684. I got to bring the bottom in this corner up to this brown stuff so I can get a nice round shape to it. I cannot tell if this is catalpa or maple. It's got rays in it like that catalpa, but it's harder than normal. I think it's a crotch, and I actually got a little bit of spalting up in here which is beautiful. So I'm going to bring this down and get a nice round bottom on it, and then we can get a tenon in the bottom. I'm going to get my big jaws out because lesson learned from the one that broke last time around. Turn you back on in a few. Much nicer cut. Sure, I'm not there yet, but I don't want to overdo it. Yeah, we got a little spot left. Actually, I kind of like it though. I think I got enough. If I put in a rim right in here, I think I got enough. Maybe I'll just take a little bit of this off and leave a little patch on there. It's kind of cool. Much better cut though. Got a little shake to it, but hit that magic RPM where it kind of smooths itself out. See the spalting? Very nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to see if I can sneak a tenon in there and get a little foot for it to sit on. Maybe I don't have to take all of that off. I really like those spots on there. Turn you back on in a few. Alright, I got a fresh sharp edge on my bowl gouge. I got my tenon cut in. I think I got it deep enough to get a good grip on it. I got enough space in here for my jaws, and I got a nice little small foot. This is, most of it's probably going to disappear, but it's looking pretty decent. We got about a 50-mile-an-hour wind outside. It's totally awesome. It's making me very nervous because I got a big oak tree above my garage. Sorry, technically my shop. So we'll see. Maybe you see a tragedy on film. pretty decent cut. That's actually very nice. Let me put the scraper on there, see if I can get out a few of those ridges. If not, if it starts pulling the grain up again, because there is some punky, I'll sand it back. Fingers crossed. That did really nice. I think I'm going to leave it right there and sand the last couple I have out. That did very nice. Alright, I'm going to move my fence around and get this side finished up, and then we can flip it and start cutting out the inside. Be right back. Alright, I got about as good as I dare. Sometimes you just have to know when to say when. I got some tear out stuff in here, but I'm going to have to sand it back to get rid of it. I may even have to put a little CA glue in there and fill it with sawdust. But this side over here come out pretty damn... Oh, I got one ridge right there. But I think I'm going to get my 80 grit sanding belt out and sand it back with that. Let me check the progress. Yeah, I think that's going to work nice. It's going to take a while, but I don't want to screw up and make a bad cut on it when I got it this close. Little lack of confidence, I know. Alright, let me sand on this for about 45 minutes and then I'll turn you back on. Alright folks, we got her all sanded up and ready for finish. This bowl has got a little bit of everything in it. It's got flame grain or ribbon grain. It's got bug holes. It has bark inclusions. It has spalting. It has soft grain. It has hard grain. You name it, it's in here. And I cannot make up my mind if this is catalpa or silver maple. I believe it is catalpa, and if so, it's spalted very nicely. See the rays right here? I don't know. I'll get you an overhead shot after I get this finish slopped on here. But it's got rot, beautiful spalting, just gorgeous. It's got some knots in it. I got a big chunk coming up. Let me turn it. This big old hard spot right here, it looks like it was bark or knot or something. I don't know. It's crazy. But there's spots in it. It just didn't feel like catalpa when I was cutting it. But it sure looks like it. I don't know. Maybe I just got lucky on some silver maple. And it turned out nice. I have bark inclusions, cracks, faults and defaults, more faults, which all lead you up to what? A beautiful piece of wood. Even the rot looks nice. Just to the contrast. This is kind of a rotten bark or whatever from the inside of the tree. Absolutely gorgeous. Alright, I got my first coat of shellac on there. I'm going to let this dry overnight. And we'll probably sand it back because I'm sure it will be a little rough. I didn't have, my compressor's not here, so I didn't have air to blow it off. I just basically beat it with a t-shirt trying to get the dust off. It looks like I was pretty successful. So I'm going to let this first coat set up, and then we'll continue tomorrow. I had to do a lot of work with super glue, a little bit of sawdust, not too much. Just there was a few pieces I was worried were going to break off when I flipped it around, so I super glued those, and hopefully they'll stay on there and be nice. Oh, we got some weird looking squirrely grain. Hope the inside looks as good as the inside. I hope. Alright, that's enough finish for tonight. Remember, always put your saturated finish rags outside so they can air out. Never throw them in a garbage can because they will literally sit there and spontaneous combust. Believe it or not. It's a thing. So I always toss mine out on the sidewalk till they dry, and then I can put them in the trash can, and you're safe once it's dry. But as it's curing, this stuff will heat up to the point where it will burst into flames. So never just throw it in the garbage can and walk away. Especially, I lost the lid to my shellac, especially on a cotton cloth. Alright, I'm going to turn you off. We'll see you in the morning. Ciao. Okay, welcome back. It's the next morning. The finish turned out okay for the first coat. It's going to take a couple more, but I'm going to leave it to the end. What I decided to do, or what I'm going to try to do, is we have a chainsaw cut here. Left a little notch right here, so we got a wing, and then we got this piece that protrudes way out with a little wing. I'm going to try to leave that rough cut on there and leave this wing on there. And just keep working it down and hollowing it out, and we'll see what we got. So hang on, let's go. Got to see where I'm at, and I'm probably going to mark my fence where this wing comes out. Yep, let me get my marker. I can't really see where the outside of the bowl is at while it's running. So I got me a red line on the fence, on the tool rest. In order to get the outside of the bowl thinner, it looks like that wing's going to have to come off. So this whole portion right here, unfortunately, is going to come off. That's kind of a bummer. Got my big boy bowl gouge, and we're going to proceed to turn this thing around. Alright, that's a little better. I'm going to keep easing up on it. Razor edge. Keep easing up on it, and then I'll turn you back on. As you can see, this piece is way out of balance. I'm trying to reduce as much weight as I can on the outside, but with this hit and miss, it's still way out of balance. And I can't believe how hard this wood is on the inside here. Let me sharpen up and I'll get you going again. Sometimes you just gotta say, Steve, why do you do this to yourself? Because it's satisfying, that's why. We're getting down there. I got the sides thinned up quite a bit. That helped with the balance. But this stuff is harder than a brick bat. It's gotta be maple. And we're almost down to the dark pithy stuff down here. Once we get down to there, the balance should be much better. So far, the sides don't look like they're cracking or expanding or anything, so we will carry on. I'm taking lots of breaks, just saying. Sure glad I bought the long-handled bowl gouge. Just saying. Folks, let me tell you something. The level of concentration right now, wow. One wrong move in Kapowie. I got it pretty good. I'm happy with it. I mean, I'm okay with it. I'm going to have to do a lot of hand sanding on this because the sides are actually flexing a little bit, and I could not get a couple of tool marks all the way down to the bottom. Like over here it's nice and smooth. When you get over here I still have a tool mark. So I turned the speed down. It didn't take the warp out of it, so it's probably drying as I'm cutting. So I'm going to do a lot of hand sanding with the drill and the 2-inch disc. Run through the grits. I don't dare, the bowl's deep enough where I don't dare stick my drill in there because I'm going to get caught by one of these edges and end up breaking the bowl. Happened on the last one. So I'm going to do this all mostly by hand, I mean with the drill, but without the lathe being on. So I'll turn you back on when I get it close to finish up. And on and on and on. That's how you do it when you leave your compressor at your daughter's house. Time for finish.